For our last story today, let's talk about the pyramids. They're massive, they're mysterious, they've been standing tall for 4,500 years, and according to a new group of scientists.
Did the ancient Egyptians build something so advanced it defies logic? Behind Seti I's temple in Abydos, archaeologists found the Osiran.
Turning to a story that is making headlines around the world, an unprecedented, albeit controversial, new discovery.
A structure with pipes and flowing water from thousands of years ago. This hydraulic system shouldn't exist. The Sphinx has hidden chambers, Dendera's carvings suggest lost technology, and sunken cities lie under the sea. These discoveries question everything about Egypt's history. We're diving into their secrets to uncover the truth. Stick around because the Osiran's mysterious water source, coming up later, will blow your mind. Decoding the Dendera. In southern Egypt, the Hathor temple at Dendera holds a secret that stops you cold. Deep in its underground crypts, hidden from casual eyes, carvings from over 2,000 years ago show something wild. These aren't just pretty designs. 6 panels display a bulb-like shape sprouting from a lotus flower, with human figures nearby, one linked to the bulb, others facing a coiled serpent. A godlike figure, possibly Thoth, holds a pillar that looks like the backbone of Osiris. Egyptologists call this a symbol of rebirth, tied to cosmic myths. But some researchers see something else. An ancient light bulb. Yes, a light bulb. The bulb shape matches the Crookes tube, an 1800s device that glowed with plasma when electricity ran through it. The Dendera carving's pillar aligns with the tube's anode. And the serpent? It looks like a glowing filament. These crypts weren't for tourists. Only priests entered, suggesting the carvings hid knowledge for a select few. In 2023, Italian engineer Dr. Bruno Vukic studied the panels and noted their similarity to high-voltage plasma generators. One carving even shows lines resembling electrical wires, with round objects that could be insulators, like those used in early 1900s power lines. The temple, built around 50 BCE, dates to the Ptolemaic era, a blend of Greek and Egyptian cultures. Yet these carvings feel older, as if they preserved a forgotten idea. No tools or wires were found, but the precision of the designs raises questions. Could the Egyptians have known about electricity? Tests on similar modern devices show plasma discharge creates a violet glow, just like the carvings suggest. No other Egyptian art looks like this. The crypt's secrecy adds to the puzzle. Why hide these images underground? Some argue it's just art, not tech. But the carving's details, like the exact placement of the wires, match 19th century electrical setups too closely. Dr. Vukic's team measured the bulb's proportions, finding they mirror a vacuum tube structure accurate to within 5 millimeters. That's not random. The Egyptians built with insane precision, think pyramids, so why not encode tech in their art? No one's saying they had power grids, but maybe they tapped into something we've lost. This discovery shakes what we think about ancient Egypt. Were these carvings a priestly code, hiding advanced ideas in plain sight? The answers might lie deeper, waiting to be cracked. Now let's head to Abydos, where a structure's impossible water system will make your jaw drop. Mystery of the Osiran. Behind Seti I's temple in Abydos, a stone structure sits half-buried, defying everything we know. The Osiran, found in the 1900s, isn't your typical Egyptian ruin. Massive granite blocks, some over 100 tons, were dragged 200 miles from Aswan and stacked with laser-like precision. Built around 1300 BCE, it's older than Seti's temple, like it was already ancient when he arrived. Unlike other temples with colorful carvings, this one's bare. No hieroglyphs, no art, just smooth stone. It's 15 feet below ground, hinting it predates the desert Egypt we know. Then comes the real shock. Water. Not just puddles, but a constant flow rises through the structure. In 2023, archaeologist James Westerman tested it. The water's chemical makeup doesn't match the Nile or local wells. It's from an unknown source. Even weirder, it's 24 degrees Celsius inside the Osiran, while outside water sits at 17 degrees Celsius. That breaks basic heat rules. Something's warming it, but no one knows what. Westerman filtered the water and drank it, claiming it improved his eyesight. Tests backed him up. His vision sharpened. Healing water? Maybe, Seismic scans in 2022 revealed a hidden complex 50 feet deeper, but it's flooded. Every time researchers try to drain it, the water returns, like it's fed by a secret reservoir. The Osiran's L-shaped design, unlike Egypt's usual straight temples, adds to the puzzle. Moving 100-ton blocks with ropes and sleds seems impossible, yet they're aligned within millimeters. Copper tools couldn't cut granite this clean. How did they do it? Water erosion on the limestone walls suggests heavy rain, pointing to a time before Egypt's desert days, possibly 10,000 years ago. If true, the Osiran predates the pyramids by centuries. No volcanic activity explains the water's pressure, yet it flows like a geyser. Westerman's team found no pipes, but the water moves as if guided. Is this hydraulic tech from a lost era? The lack of carvings feels deliberate, like someone erased its story. This place raises hard questions. Who built it? Why hide it underground? What's powering that water? The Osiran's secrets are locked in its flooded depths, daring us to dig deeper. But wait, the Sphinx holds a chamber that might unravel even more. Let's go there next. Voices from the Void. The great Sphinx of Giza stares across the desert, silent but screaming secrets. In the 1970s, scientists aimed ground-penetrating radar at its base and found something wild: hollow spaces beneath. These aren't random cracks. Tunnels and chambers, some 30 meters long and 5 meters high, stretch under the Sphinx. Nearby, the Osiris shaft plunges 35 meters into bedrock along the causeway. At its bottom, a granite sarcophagus sits half-submerged in water. Archaeologists uncovered it in the 1930s, but its purpose is a total blank. Was it a tomb? A vault? No one knows. Here's where it gets strange. One sarcophagus, weighing 40 tons, is made of diorite, a rock not found in Egypt. Geologists say the nearest diorite deposits are in Europe or the Black Sea, over 1,000 miles away. Hauling a 40-ton block across seas and deserts, then lowering it into a narrow shaft with no stairs is insane. Modern ladders were added just to reach it. In 2018, tests on another sarcophagus found a thin metallic film with lead and zinc. Lead blocks radiation. Why coat a coffin with it? Gamma radiation levels inside were oddly high, way above normal for a burial site. Dating added fuel to the fire. Optical thermoluminescence, which checks when stone last saw light, pinned the shaft to around 3,350 BCE. That's older than the pyramids, predating Egypt's dynastic era. The Sphinx itself shows water erosion, not from sand or wind, but heavy rain. Geologists like Dr. Robert Schach argue this points to 10,000 BCE, when Egypt was wetter. If true, the Sphinx and its shaft could belong to a civilization we've lost. No copper tools explain the bedrock carving's precision. Every cut is flawless, like modern machinery did it. These chambers spark big questions. Were they hiding something? Ancient texts mention a hall of records, a vault of lost knowledge under the Sphinx. Radar scans from 1987 by Dr. Mark Lehner confirmed cavities, but most remain unexplored. A metal hatch on the Sphinx's head found during the 1920s repairs adds to the mystery. Is it just maintenance, or a door to something deeper? The Osiris shaft's water, like the Osiran's, flows with no clear source. Could these sites share a forgotten tech? This isn't just stone and sand, it's a puzzle that challenges history. Who carved these spaces? Why hide them? The Sphinx guards its answers, daring us to keep searching. Next, we'll uncover how a young king's arrival tied Egypt's mysteries to a lasting legacy. Stay tuned. Loving this video? Hit that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on Egypt's mysteries so far. Your feedback fuels our dive into history's secrets. Keep watching. Legacy in sand and stone. In 332 BCE, a 24-year-old Macedonian king named Alexander rolled into Egypt, and the place lit up. Egypt was under Persian control, their governors crushing local spirits by trashing temples and even killing a sacred bull. The people were done. When Alexander arrived in Memphis, the ancient capital, crowds cheered. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was their ticket out. The Persian governor surrendered without a fight, and Alexander didn't waste time. He threw games, music contests, and honored the Apis bull, a living god tied to Ptah and Osiris. That move won hearts. Fast. Alexander didn't stop there. He saw Egypt's soul and wanted to leave his mark. He founded Alexandria on the Mediterranean coast, a city blending Greek brains with Egyptian heart. By 331 BCE, its streets were planned, and soon it housed the Great Library, pulling in scrolls from every corner of the world. A lighthouse, one of the seven wonders, rose 400 feet to guide ships. Alexandria wasn't just a city, it was a statement. But something deeper pulled Alexander. He trekked through brutal desert to the Siwa oasis, chasing the oracle of Amun, seen as Zeus by Greeks. The priests called him a god's son. When he left that temple, he carried divine weight, fitting Egypt's view of pharaohs as gods. His respect for Egypt stuck. At Luxor Temple, artisans carved him as a pharaoh, not a foreigner, offering gifts to Amun-Ra beside ancient kings. That wasn't just art, it was Egypt claiming him. Alexander died at 32 in 323 BCE, his empire massive but shaky. His general Ptolemy took Egypt, starting a dynasty that ended with Cleopatra, the ultimate Greek-Egyptian icon. Alexander's cities and ideas lived on, tying Egypt's past to a new world. Now here's the kicker. Did Alexander stumble on Egypt's ancient secrets? The Osiran's water system and Dendera's carvings were already old when he arrived. His library collected knowledge. Could it have held clues to lost tech? The Serapeum at Saqqara, with its 70-ton granite bull tombs, shows Egypt's insane engineering. Moving those with ropes? Doubtful. Alexander's men walked among these wonders, maybe sensing a forgotten genius. His legacy wasn't just conquest, it was preserving a story we're still unraveling. This king's footprint changed Egypt forever, but the sands still hide more. What else did he see? Hold tight, because sunken cities off Egypt's coast are about to blow this mystery wide open. Beneath the waves, off Egypt's coast in Abu Qir Bay, the sea hides a ghost town that flips history upside down. In the 1990s, underwater archaeologist Frank Godio scanned the seabed and found Manui, a city swallowed by water over 1,200 years ago. This wasn't just a village. Temples, homes, and statues lay buried in silt, perfectly preserved. Godio's team used sonar and magnetometers, mapping ruins 6 meters deep. They found granite columns, alabaster burners, and bronze tables from the Greco-Egyptian era around 300 BCE. Manui was a trade hub, buzzing with ships and pilgrims until the sea claimed it. Then came Canopus, another sunken city nearby. Its temple, 50 meters long and 20 meters wide, held 10-ton limestone blocks and 3-meter-tall statues. These weren't ordinary shrines, they honored Osiris, drawing crowds for his festival. Godio's divers, battling zero visibility and strong currents, used hydraulic tubes to clear mud without breaking relics. High-res cameras and 3D modeling captured every find before saltwater could eat it away. One statue, a 2-meter Osiris figure, had hieroglyphs so crisp they looked carved yesterday. This was a city of faith, blending Greek and Egyptian styles frozen in time. How did these cities sink? The Nile Delta's ground is shaky. Over centuries, sediment shifted, and sea levels rose. By 800 CE, both Manui and Canopus were underwater, lost until Godio's team found them in 1996. The silt, thick as concrete, saved the ruins but made digging a nightmare. Divers worked fast, racing corrosion. They pulled up 1,500 artifacts, including 200 stone blocks and 50 ritual items, now in Alexandria's museum. But here's the wild part: the water. Like the Osiran, these sites had flowing water, not just from the sea. Some channels in Canopus suggested man-made systems, cut with precision no copper tool could manage. This raises a big question. Did these cities use hydraulic tech like the Osiran? No pipes were found, but the channels hint at water control we don't fully get. Godio's scans in 2000 showed more ruins, possibly another temple, still buried under 2 meters of silt. Only 10% of Abu Qir Bay's sites have been explored. What's left could rewrite Egypt's story. Were these cities built on older, advanced foundations? The Osiris festival tied to Canopus feels linked to the Osiran's water mystery, like a thread running through Egypt's past. Every artifact is a clue, but the sea doesn't give up easy. The deeper they dive, the more questions surface. What tech kept these cities alive before they sank? The answers are down there, waiting. Now let's climb back to the Sphinx, where one final secret could unravel it all. Don't miss this. Secrets in stone. The Great Sphinx of Giza looms over the desert, a 240-foot long, 66-foot tall beast carved from a single limestone block. Built around 2500 BCE, it's tied to Pharaoh Khafre. But its story runs deeper. In the 1800s, excavators cleared centuries of sand, revealing not just its lion body and human face, but something wilder. Water erosion. Not wind or sand, rain. Geologist Dr. Robert Schach studied the patterns in 1991 and dropped a bomb. The Sphinx could date to 10,000 BCE, when Egypt was a rainy land. That's 5,000 years before the pyramids, before pharaohs, before Egypt as we know it. This wasn't a small project. The Sphinx weighs 200 tons, cut with precision no copper chisel could touch. Its proportions, 62 feet wide, perfectly balanced, are unreal for a civilization supposedly using sleds and ropes. Ground-penetrating radar in the 1980s, led by Dr. Mark Lehner, found chambers beneath, some 5 meters high. One tunnel stretches 30 meters, engineered to avoid collapse. Then there's the Osiris shaft, 35 meters deep, with a 40-ton diorite sarcophagus from a rock source 1,000 miles away. No stairs, no paths, just a sheer drop. How did they lower it? In 2019, radiation tests inside the shaft showed gamma levels 20% above normal. A sarcophagus had a lead zinc coating, like a shield against something dangerous. Optical dating pegged the stone to 3,350 BCE, older than dynastic Egypt. This screams a lost civilization. The Sphinx's head has a metal hatch, spotted during 1926 repairs. Not modern, but ancient, possibly a door to hidden rooms. Legends whisper of a hall of records, a vault of ancient wisdom. No one's cracked it open yet. Now tie this to the Osiran's water system. Both sites have unexplained water flows. The Osiran's reservoir, with its 24 degrees Celsius anomaly, mirrors the shaft's flooded base. In 2023, seismic scans hinted at a network linking the two 50 feet underground. Could they share a hydraulic system? The Sphinx's erosion and the Osiran's limestone marks both point to a wetter Egypt, maybe 12,000 years old. That's no coincidence. The precision, the water, the strange materials, it's like someone built tech we can't reverse engineer. This isn't just a statue, it's a lockbox for secrets. Did forgotten people know things we don't? The Sphinx's stare feels alive, daring us to ask, who carved you? Why hide chambers and water systems? Every scan, every test pulls us closer to answers, but leaves bigger questions. Egypt's sands hold more than we've found. The Osiran, Dendera, and these sunken cities, they're pieces of a puzzle we're only starting to solve. This is history screaming to be rewritten. We've reached the end. Like this video? Hit like, subscribe to our channel for more epic content, and comment your thoughts on Egypt's mysteries.